Ah. Good morning, happy Thursday, everyone. So, yeah, this is the second day in a row where I woke up thinking it was Friday, and it's not. I mean, to be fair, this week has been going by pretty quickly, and I am looking forward to this weekend. I get to watch Horselets play against Vestal for the sectional title game. I'm excited. I want to go. So, yeah, forgive me if I'm being a little bit impatient. So, forgive me, universe, for, being impatient. Can I get to my low, my high, my active kindness? Let's see. I guess my low is not that I was stressing out about this particular thing, but there was something really important that needed to be done yesterday, and it was kind of on my mind. It wasn't really a bad thing. In fact, my high is that the thing I'm just talking about right now wound up being a really good thing. It's just I kind of let the stressor, get to me a little bit too much. Actually, I wouldn't even call it a stressor. It's just something I thought about the entire day. And, I really just shouldn't have let that happen, is all I'm trying to get at. My high would be, what's my high? Oh, actually, yeah, my high is the thing I just talked about. Basically, there was a meeting I had, and it went really, really well. That's really all it was. The thing I had yesterday that I was thinking about the entire day was a meeting. I didn't think anything would go bad, but, it was just one major thing that I was thinking about the entire day. And the meeting wound up being good, which is awesome. As well as last night's episode of The Masked Singer was also awesome. Especially when I talk about who wound up getting unmasked. And my act of kindness was, in spite of the meeting and in spite of how busy I was, when I went to visit my parents, I still took the time to bring the garbage cans in for them. Because, it's garbage day was yesterday, and so now everything's clean. So, before I talk about The Masked Singer, I'll make my NFL pick. I'll talk about The Masked Singer first. No, I'll do the NFL pick first. It's funny. I actually have a friend who's a diehard Eagles fan, and he's actually going to the game tonight at Philadelphia. Because it's the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Washington Commanders. Now, here's the thing. Were it not for the fact that the Philadelphia Eagles had a bye, if the Washington Commanders did have a bye, both records are pretty much the same. The Commanders are 7-3 and the Eagles are 7-2. I think because of the bye week, that puts the Eagles as the number one seed. And I gotta give it to the Commanders. They've been playing really well this year. I mentioned this the other day after the Commanders beat the Bears, but that Hail Mary made me laugh so hard I got sick. I couldn't breathe, I was laughing so hard. Probably because there's someone I know who's a Bears fan. Well, that was just funny as hell. If this game was being played at Washington, I definitely would be more prone to say the Commanders are winning this game. But you know what? It's being played at Philadelphia. And you know what that reminds me? I'm a fan of Try Guys. Shout out to the Try Guys. And I'm subscribed to Second Try, their streaming service, which you should also subscribe to. See, I just gave the Try Guys free advertising. You're welcome. Try Guys, how's your boy? Anyway, they have a series called Dropped Into City, where basically it's 4 people split up into teams of 2, and they go on the scavenger hunt in whatever city that they're in. You know, they've done New York City, they've done Las Vegas, they've done Miami, and just recently they did Philadelphia. If that's not a sign for me to pick the Philadelphia Eagles, I don't know what is. So, yeah, my 150th NFL pick of this year, I'm picking the Eagles. Yeah, full disclosure, I have my list for NFL picks for Sunday already written down. Figured I might as well get it over with, right? It was really a simple matter of paying attention to, you know, what NFL pick is, you know, today. At least I'm pretty sure it's 150. Well, I can always fix the title in, you know, editing the video. Well, I say editing, all I do is just put a title on the video for YouTube and stuff, so, yeah. Now let's talk about The Masked Singer. So, The Masked Singer was the Group C premiere called Who Are You Fest, which I'm guessing, honestly, I couldn't really, figure out, like, I mean, I guess the theme was, like, each contestant had, like, a merch stand for, like, their clues, and when they took off the shirt from the merch stand, the clue was, like, on the back or something. I kind of couldn't really get what the theme was, other than, hold on, let me just check up one thing. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong, Yeah, it's not really saying, like, why, like, what the significance of Who Are You Fest was. Outside of, maybe this is, like, their 100th episode or something? I don't really know. Well, anyway, the music that all the contestants picked out was really good. Royal Night did You and I by Lady Gaga. Sherlock Hound did Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers, which, man, that song took me back. Seriously, that song takes me back. Like, that was literally like my teenage years growing up. Was like songs by the Red Hot Chili Peppers were playing like all the time. I like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Red Hot Chili Peppers are good. And like even when that song started playing, Ken Jeong was like, no. Like he knows. Ken Jeong just happens to know. Like when you have a reaction like that to a song, like you know it's gonna be good. Ice King did Tonight by Hot Shell Ray. I think that's how it's pronounced. Macaron did Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen, which, that reminds me, I remember back when I was in college, when, like, that song was, like, really popular. There was this one girl I knew on the cross-country and track team who hated that song. Hated it. And, yeah, I can kind of see why. I don't hate it. In fact, full disclosure, one of my all-time favorite artists, if you couldn't already tell, is Weird Al Yankovic, and he once did a compilation of popular hit songs using polka music, and Call Me Maybe was in now that's what I call polka. That was the name of the compilation he did. And his rendition of Call Me Maybe was awesome. And he's done two compilations to my knowledge. He's done Now That's What I Call Polka, and then he did a Polkamania. Polkamania was just recent, and Like, it was more recent music, more or less. I say more or less because Hello from Adele has got to be like 10 years old. Man, that song still slaps. Anyway, so Macaron was good. And then Strawberry Shortcake did Slow Burn by Casey Musgraves, who Robin Thicke said himself, that's the best performance of this whole season. I mean, after the Group B finale with Wasp and Goo going to the quarterfinals, I didn't think there'd be anyone except for maybe the Buffaloes are literally 3 people. That's manpower right there. From an individual performer, Strawberry Shortcake, right now, Group C is Strawberry Shortcake's to lose. Again, like, it's literally one girl against now 5 other guys. Because remember, the Buffaloes are a group of 3. And then Goo and Wasp. And here's the thing, because I was watching this with my mom last night, because I was visiting and stuff, and my mom didn't really care for the song. I don't think that's the case. Because Slow Burn by Casey Musgraves is a good song. But I think Strawberry Shortcake, for as good as a performance as that was, there's more to that performer than she's letting on. I get the feeling she's going with the strategy of be really good, but hold back just a little and keep building and building and building as time goes on. She's waiting to peak at the right time, which is going to have to be, if I'm doing this strategy, I would say no later than the semifinals is when you should reach like the pinnacle of where you are. Because when you reach the pinnacle of where you are in a competition like this, you can acclimate to that environment. And so if you make it to the finale, you can blow everybody away. Because the audience will think they know what you're capable of doing. Like, lightning struck once, but then you blow them away. I think that's the strategy that Strawberry Shortcake is doing. But I absolutely need to talk about who got Unmasked, because everybody was good, but Macaron wound up getting Unmasked. Now, I mentioned earlier how surprising it was, at least in my opinion, who the person who was Unmasked was. And it was like right as they were cutting back from commercial, like Rita Ora talks to Jay McCarthy Wahlberg saying, remember that one like surfer that like survived a shark attack? If you don't know, and like one of the clues was Unstoppable, and there was a documentary called Unstoppable. For those of you who don't know, hold on, let me look up one thing. I want to make sure I get my information right. Oh, okay. So, wow, she's actually close to mine. Anyway, so there's this one surfing legend named Bethany Hamilton who literally on Halloween 2003, she went surfing and she got her arm bitten clean off by a tiger shark. That didn't stop her though. Like, she literally only has one arm. And not only did that not stop her, she thrived. She became like a surfing legend, and then like she became famous. And here's the thing, as great of a story as that is, and it is very inspirational, more often than not, stories like that do tend to fall to the wayside, save for the people involved with the community that famous person is involved in. Like, in terms of the surfing community, Bethany Hamilton is all but royalty. And again, like, I remember hearing the story back when I was a kid. my God, it was 21 years ago. It's even crazier when you stop to consider the fact that Bethany Hamilton is like my age. Actually, how old is Bethany Hamilton? She's gotta be like, hold on. Yeah, she's 34 years old. Same as me. Okay. So, I mean, when I look at Macaron's costume, I'm like, if it was a snake, it would have bit me. Because, like, she's able to move, like, one arm. Actually, I'm trying to think of the anatomical position, so. Yeah, it's her left arm that's gone. So, like, she's moving one arm, but, like, in the Macaron's costume, the arm was, like, put like this. That was on purpose. Because, again, she doesn't have that arm, she can't move that. That's really smart. That's like brilliant costume design. And again, what's surprising to me is, again, unfortunately, stories like the one Bethany Hamilton had tend to fall to the wayside. I mean, I just told you how long ago that was 21 years ago. And I mean, when you hear a story like that and you hear about someone surviving a shark attack, and not only do they survive, they thrive, you pretty much know they wind up going on to live a happy and healthy life, which is great. That's pretty much what Bethany Hamilton's done. But you never expect to hear from them again or see whatever it is they do. So to see Bethany Hamilton take on the Masked Singer, well, I mean, listen, the woman survived a shark attack. That woman's already a hero in my eyes. Like, I don't really need to say anything that no one else would already know. So, Bethany Hamilton, congratulations for being on The Masked Singer. That's awesome. I hope that we as a society hear more from you. I'm sorry that, it's taken, because again, like, I remember hearing that story, but I didn't think much of it other than, that's an inspirational story. I didn't think it would I'd ever hear about that person ever again. So, yeah, it was awesome. I'm going to stop before I wind up accidentally saying something I shouldn't. So, yeah, I picked the Eagles to win tonight. Yesterday's episode of The Masked Singer was awesome. I hope you all like this video. If you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow on social media. As always, I'm here to help make this video for all you guys who watch Joe If you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Remember, if you guys want to talk to me, be here to let me always be back. Take care and make good choices. 6-0-7 all day, baby.